Titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
G.
That's right, Dr. Huge Saturday.
G.
Oh, wait, I might want to do this.
G.
All right, let's get warmed up, everybody out there. No Sleaze today, I'm thinking. You know, he's got snow to shovel. Like, we live right near each other. There's no snow here. Where's the snow? I don't see any snow. But he's got tons of it. He's got no power. Danny Damage going through it. Jess can't make it. No, we got nobody today. You're going to have to deal with just Dr. Huge in a solo show like back in the day. Wow.
G.
Will I lean on the samples? Who knows? Maybe I will. Am I going to use the chat as the co-host of the show? Probably.
G.
We have a ton to talk about, though. I got TNA notes. I have Dabbleverse business, if we need to get into that. And I did find another super funny clip of the week. It is crazy good. So we're going to have to do some dabbling. Shout out to DJ Electrify doing the double points at you, NWO style. Definitely hit the like button. Definitely hit the shares and the subscribes and all that. Join us over here. You know, I can have big panels too. You know, we haven't done a solo show, I think, in a year almost. Yep. Some of the greatest shows, right? Because it's all me, right? Amazing.
G.
As long as you like yeeting. I hope you like to yeet, everybody. If not, this might not be the episode for you. Might piss you off. Or I might forget all about it and start hitting other buttons like this one. This is one of my other favorites.
Yeah, go take another hairbrush in your ass.
Yeah, maybe I will. This is my link tree, by the way. That's the QR code you're seeing on the screen. And if you're listening in audio form on SoundCloud or iTunes, is it called that? Apple Podcasts. That's what it is. 5 stars on there, just like your favorite Uber driver. Come on, give it up, everybody. Get more people in here, especially on YouTube. What the fuck? I get it. We're Saturday, mid-afternoon. We got to let people know that the show exists. So that's like the major deal. We got my guy, Drew McIntyre, is now the champ. We can talk about this. First, the most important stuff, in my expert, analyst, journalist opinion is TNA and all the TNA stuff, right? I can't ignore this.
Z.
We'll do that for 2.5 hours or so, right? Who knows? Maybe a short show. You know, that's what Kevin Brennan says all the time. He threatens the audience with a short show, and he keeps going, we're all caught up. Yep. The super chats, I don't see any more super chats. We're all caught up. I might as well go off and sip some Seth Rollins juice, right? Coach, where's my Seth Rollins?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's right. We have TNA PPV plus AAA on tonight. There's so much wrestling, Coach. You know, I try my best being an expert in all this. I'm just trying to keep up with WWE. That's all I'm trying to do right now. That's hard enough, is keeping up with WWE. Let's go through it. It's always fun to go through all the programming they have because it's a lot. Monday Night Raw, which is, if you're a wrestling fan, that's pretty much the top show in all of wrestling in the entire world. Fact, not opinion on that one. And then we got NXT the night after that. You got Evolve on Wednesday night, if you even know what that is. Thursday, we got, is that the one day they take off? Maybe Unreal's on that night, right? Then you got SmackDown on Friday. You got Saturday night main event once every 3 months or so. And then you got, pay-per-views on Saturday as well. And then you got the 2-day pay-per-views often. And you have, am I missing anything? Oh, LFG. Yep, Sunday night. Can't miss LFG. I'll tell you, the first season was pretty good. The second season was better. They cleaned it up, but they missed in a lot of ways with the second season as far as like Michelle McCool on, getting the first 2 picks, winning the thing. It was fucking nonsense. Undertaker, how dare you ruin my LFG? Get out of here. And what I'm hearing is rumor is they're both out of there. KO and who's the other female that's taken over? Not Natalia. It really should be her. Maybe it is Natalia. I don't know. Again, it's hard enough to keep up with all this wrestling. I mean, I'm just focusing on WWE. I know about all the other stuff. I've been around, folks, okay? That's another thing that really grinds my gears. You understand? Hold on 1 second.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
So what grinds my gears is I'm looking through my backup channel, right? A little plug in here as well. That's how professional and expert Dr. Huge is about this. So I'm on my second channel that I'm trying to pump up right now as of this week. Dr. Huge at Dr. Huge 9, Dr. Huge 9. That's the channel. Go check it out. I'm going to be posting different clips, stuff I'm interested in. I was just gifted a channel membership. Anyway, but I got gaming clips on there. Go check that out, right? If you're into that stuff, cool. But I'm looking through some of the videos I put up on there when I first made the channel, like the backup channel for this, because we say all kinds of words over here. And I see that there's down likes on a video. And you rarely get like, who's out here really going, I don't like this video, dislike, like, unless you're really trying to get at the creator. You're like, you're way too black or white, or, you say the things I don't like or whatever. So I'm going to down like this video. So I'm looking at this one video. Guess which one it was? I put 4 clip shows things, 5-minute videos on there. And one of them was about goofing on Tony Khan. I think that was actually the title. So AEW fans, I'm thinking, because this happens on my social media as well, I notice things get diminished, disliked. They really go out of their way to hurt your account, you see, when you disrespect or you goof on AEW. And that just makes me want to do it more. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm here for, okay? That's why I have shirts like this. That's why I like wrestling and all the rest. I'm not like a troll, but if you're going to try to troll me in a way. Like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. You know, I've been trolling since back in the day, justifiably. Okay. Not just doing it to get at people and things like that. But why can I goof on WWE for hours and days and years at a time? And then I mention or I do a clip video of goofing on AEW, and it's like the worst thing in the world. What? I'm just like the biggest, baddest guy. You're going to have to give me down likes so nobody sees me goofing or the sleaze. Remember, it was the video of Tony Khan coming out and, pumping up the crowd. Speaking of pumping up at DJ. Yeah, but I just had to bring that up because that's ridiculous. So I always keep the WWE fans, they're up here on you guys. I'm sorry. And I know the WWE fans are kind of cringe in a lot of ways because they're mainly kids and ladies and things. And that's kind of where the product is at this point and what they're gearing it towards. And I get that you think your shit's more hardcore, more old school wrestling based, or even just wrestling based, but it really isn't too, because you got the Omegas and the Bucks and all this stuff, and they have their brand and their variety of wrestling. I just happen to not be into it. I'm into WWE, and I have been because it's just been around my whole life. And again, the fandom, they're not like if I went to an AEW type show, not even necessarily the show, it's more of an online thing. I feel like the real fans aren't necessarily the same people that are online getting crazy about it, that are actually going to certain events and things. They like all the wrestling too, right? And that's what I'm seeing. People that do podcasts and do other things and are very involved in pro wrestling, they're fighting each other online over you're an idiot, no, you're stupid, and I'm more aligned with WWE, and although I'm AEW, and now we got to get into it, and now our buddies got to get into it. It's just, I like it. I like watching it for me. And then I'm thinking to myself, wow, all these people follow me, and nobody really has a problem with me unless, I'm on YouTube and I'm actually out here giving opinions on things. And, they're like, who's this guy? He thinks he knows what he's talking about with Tony Khan and with this and that. Yeah, I kind of do. Yep. A little bit. Okay. And you love the NFL? Oh, no, I'm falling out of love with the NFL. The NFL peaked in the mid-2000s, early to mid-2000s. The Tampa Bay Bucks championship, New York Giants won, not necessarily in that order. The Ravens, Ray Lewis, Tom Brady, and the Patriots dynasty starting. That was pinnacle. Peyton Manning and the Colts. And now, just for a little switch up to some football, now the play is worse. Coaching is pretty good. The coaching's good, but the actual players, they're not better. Same thing goes for the NBA. All these kids are like, no, the athletes back in the day, they couldn't hang with the guys today. Not only could they hang with the guys today, they would destroy the guys today. And I know that hurts the corporations, right? The corporate ministries out there. They got to push what's cool now to the people that don't know any better, right? See, I know too much. I know too much about a lot of different things to be fooled by the world anymore. And it's not to say I haven't been fooled in the past. Of course I have. We all thought Tupac was a gangster, and maybe he was to, a certain extent. But that was more a character that he became. You see what I'm saying? So he kind of willed himself into being that person when before that he was like a gay dude at an art college? Huh? So you want me to believe all this forever? It's just not happening. I see through all the horse shit. And I'm telling you right now, especially the kids, because you just don't want to hear it. It's not your generation sucks compared to others. You have great players and things like that. The games are so fucked up. The rules are crazy. And the way that they prepare, specifically NFL quarterbacks. Tom Brady's talked about this for like years now. The way that they talk about these quarterbacks, they're like, they dumb the game down so you don't really have to be as good. They need you to be the it guy immediately, Patrick Mahomes style. And there aren't a lot of Patrick Mahomes, okay, out there. Whether you think the Chiefs got the reps in their pocket or not, if you have eyes, you know Mahomes is one of the greats, okay? But to instantly put Mahomes up in like Brady's category, which children and nephews and stuff like that have been doing to me for years now. It's just, can you let the guy finish his career first? Can we stop putting LeBron James up on a pedestal, even though he's in his 40s and he's clearly lost it? And in my expert opinion, never fucking had it, because the NBA did whatever they could for LeBron James to get over. What, you want a super team? You want this? You want that? What do you need, LeBron? Oh, he needs more help. He needs more help. This 6'8", has the physique of a guy that was literally given God gave him a gift and went, you're going to be good at basketball no matter what, because of the way you're built. And then he goes in there and he flops around and he bricks and he doesn't even really train to get ready. He's taking roids. I mean, let's call it what it is. Wow, a lot of truth I'm dropping on everybody today. I mean, Chael Sonnen called him out again recently and said LeBron James is on the picograms and all the other, fancy scientific names for juicing. Essentially, he's juicing. Oh, he's an Iron Man. Look at the longevity. That's the one thing he's got on everybody, except for maybe Kareem. Kareem played an awful long time too. But I'm sure LeBron's going to play the longest because he's juicing. Okay? And he's got the NBA in his pocket. He took over the LA Lakers. Like, that would be like a player. Imagine a player in baseball that's not even that good, that the league got behind him. Once Jordan went out, he came in. They're like, we got him. This guy's going to make us so much money. And he probably has. But they really had to play a lot of make-believe with this guy. And in baseball, right? Takes over the Yankees or the Red Sox or whatever. And they're going to go, yep. It's all about him now. Oh, yeah, he's 80 years old, but that doesn't matter. We're going to still make this guy the focal point. Huh. Right. It's on the front of my hat. Rowdy Roddy Piper. That's what's on the front of it. Told you, 500, I'll show you the bald. I'm doing like a lingerie thing with this hat. Okay? Yeah, I hear soccer's pretty bad too. The flopping around and and then you got the gambling. Don't get me started on that. The gambling stuff just made everything 10 times worse. Now everybody sees the symptoms of the major problem, which is the gambling. And the news this week, right? College and Chinese basketball. Of course, Chinese basketball is going to be rigged. It's all rigged. And who's gambling on Chinese basketball? There are some degenerates out here. There was one guy online, I remember hearing him say on a podcast that he was gambling before work at like 6 a.m, was gambling on Turkish women's basketball because that's the only action that was happening at that time. That's right. I am the one. Just like you know who.
Z.
Got to make the double chin with it. Yep. Man, the world has just lost their minds. Stinks. Terrible. They're giving again, even WWE, which I love. That's why I got a glowing sign of it right there. Love them. But when they moved over to TKO, they're going corporate model, and they're really pushing it to not my demographic. You see what I'm saying? They're pushing this. This is for people that haven't seen this before. Kids and ladies. You like what's going on with wrestling right now? Probably a kid or a lady. No offense to Jess. We need different takes on here, of course. But I mean, what am I gonna say, right? Without trashing ladies wrestling. I did make another promo edit this week. It kind of proves a point. Proves some points out there. Go check it out. It's hilarious. Okay. Always funny, always great. Hit the like button. But yeah, that promo with the tag team women, Rio comes out there. And again, this is why I'm not saying that the WWE's wrong for doing this stuff, okay? I'm saying this ain't for me. And I think it's funny a lifetime wrestling fan thinks that this isn't for him, right? What's up, Philly Sports Pride? Shout out to you. Not your sports teams, though. Don't like those Philly sports teams. How dare they? They're like in prison over there. They're like throwing, bottles of piss at people and spitting on people and what else? Throwing snowballs, right? We get it. You don't like especially those 49ers, but, you're not on the team. I'm not talking to you, Philly Sports Pride. I'm talking to all these filthy sports fans out here. So I'll allow you to become a Patriots fan after we win the Super Bowl this year. What do you think? You can give up all that. They're awful people. Their sports talk is the shits.
It's the shits.
Their everything's real negative and terrible. And trust me, we know about that up here too, but we win a lot. So we're like negative as usual, but we expect to win all the time. I guess you guys do too now. You expect to win now too, but it don't work like that unless you're around here, you see. So I say we'll welcome you to the Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox bandwagon, and you can give up on all those lame-ass Philly teams. No, you're good. You were rejecting an offer to come to the light. You could have become a Jedi, and you're going to stay being one of the Sith that are just killing each other to get to the top. We're all winning. All right. I already pled my case. I'm not going to beg. I'm flabbergasted. Her name is like a robot or something. Who are we talking about here? If you could enlighten me, DJ. And the 49ers rock. They did with Montana. They did with Steve Young. They haven't really rocked since then. What's the female wrestler whose name is a robot name? Oh, was that, the one in AEW? That's a space alien as well? That's right. We're the best. Pro sports. College sports, I don't know nothing about that, so you guys can have all the college sports. I mean, we do have UConn, right, for basketball. Had UMass back in the day, but they stole our banner because they said Marcus Camby took money, and now everybody's getting paid anyway. Right. So, I got to say something about this TNA business, right? Let's go over that real quick, and then maybe we'll watch some, we're going to watch some funny clips that I've found during the week, and I'll explain all the nonsense. But right now, TNA debuted on AMC this week. If you're a wrestling fan, honestly, you should have watched the show or at least seen the highlights of this because this is a big deal. TNA Wrestling's been around since, 2001 with Jeff Jarrett. It morphed into the Hulk Hogan era where they brought in the Booker T's and the Bubba Ray Dudleys and the Scott Steiners. Where are you, Scott Steiner?
He's fat.
Exactly. That's where we got this gem.
He's fat.
So TNA had its moments, looked like it was going out of business several times. I can't believe that last time when Anthem bought them, like I think the first time, and then they put that owl in the logo, and then Billy Corrigan was a part of the show, who runs NWA right now, if you remember NWA. And NWA doesn't seem to be doing all that great numbers wise. It's almost too stripped down, but I understand what they're doing. I wonder how that business is just operating. I guess it's all Billy Corrigan at this point, and he must be pretty wealthy. And it's kind of just a project of his. And yeah, I think when they first started out, it was going great. But anyway, I'm getting off track. I digress. TNA had their first show on AMC this Thursday, 9:00 my time, normal people time. And overall, hold on, where's my Meltzer? We got to do it properly. Come on, I know I kept you in here. Did I take you out? Holy shit, I took Meltzer out. No, I didn't. Why would I? I give it 2.5 stars, and I'm being generous. How about that? So TNA, I'm rooting for them. I like AMC because I love Breaking Bad, and I love The Walking Dead. Still watch it to this day. Give me more Dead City. I don't care if it's fucking cringe, which it kind of is, especially the second season. I fast forward through these shows now. I don't, I'm a grown ass man. I can't sit here and watch these terrible shows and let them just go on in segments where I'm like, oh, this is the part that, give a moral of the story, or, the kid's talking with his mom. I don't care about none of that shit. I get it. So, Dave Meltzer, I don't know what your score is, but I give this 2.5 hot dogs. And again, I'm being generous with that extra 0.5 hot dog. It could even be 1.5, bro. It could be. I wouldn't argue with you. But the show, overall, not that great. They started off, they brought AJ Styles out. Crowd's hot, but the crowd is also small. So here's another problem I have with anything that's independent or even close to independent professional wrestling. Have these shows in smaller venues. You just have to. The larger the venue, and I'm not saying they were at some huge arena, but there was plenty of seats behind their little celebrity row that they had going on, which is cool. I'm glad they did something like that, and they're interacting with AMC and all this, and they're showing us the celebrities that nobody knows. But so doesn't WWE. I don't know none of these people either, except for the obnoxious ones that are forced themselves out there through whatever manager they have. The shirtless guy, Bert Kreischer, that loves himself, and the other guy that loves himself with the mustache, Schulz, the mascot of New York all of a sudden. But, just seeing empty seats behind anybody in any camera angle, fucks Dr. Huge all up. And it makes me, have a sip of Seth Rollins juice, not gay. It's because it looks like Jesus juice. Thank you.
I'm not gay no more.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of the bubbly.
That's right. And her name is Cyborg. Oh, the MMA fighter? There was an MMA fighter. Very famous. Went by the name of Cyborg. And then Nunez took her out in less than 30 seconds. It was quick. Anyway, this TNA, it hurts me to say this because, again, I want them to do well, right? But from what I saw in the very first episode, it felt like a lot of ball washing, and it felt like a lot of dick riding of AMC, We all know what AMC is. We're literally watching it right now. So you don't have, it's okay to say up front, like AJ Styles did, and mention AMC and Ball Wash a little bit. But then that's it. Now you just have the logo in the background. But what they did is they kept mentioning AMC. They kept ball washing and dick riding the AMC all night long. And it took me out of it because I'm like, this is about TNA. You're really supposed to show yourself off. Then I hear, I think through the Meltzer crew, again, where are you, Meltzer? Get on my screen for a second. That they ran a whole angle with Dolph Ziggler taking on Santana, who is the new champion once again for TNA. And we all saw this coming. As soon as Santana lost his title, there were speculation and rumors that, oh, is he going up to WWE? Is this happening? Everybody's going to ask questions. But after a few weeks and hearing what he had to say about it, you're like, oh, he's just going to win the belt back eventually, and probably after, at the first night of the big show and all this on AMC. So it happens, and I'm losing my train of thought because now I'm thinking about that match. In that match, which is the main event of the show, good match, solid match, but when you're doing the AEW thing and you're getting spiked on your head a dozen times and you're just popping up, and not only are you popping up, you're popping up and then you're going to give the other guy a move? What? That doesn't work like that.
It's the shit.
That's stupid wrestling, right? You're not supposed to take 2-3 finishers, one on the apron, one flying off a building or whatever, and then you pop right up and put the other guy in a move. Got it. So when I saw Santana just do that once, I was like, oh, this is it. He's totally got it. Again, decent match. It's just nothing was very exciting. There was a few other things. AJ came out. Sol Ruca came out. Everybody loves Sol Ruca. Again, knowing what I know, I could see this coming a million miles away. She starts talking to Xia Li. I know her name's probably different, but I know her by Xia Li, who is insanely hot. I mean, I don't care if she has a sideways vagina or whatever. I've heard rumors. I don't even care because she's insanely hot. She's also insanely short. And going up against Zarya is going to be something I'm actually intrigued by. So they had a little segment with that. Super over. Of course, Sol Ruca was, she started talking on the mic and made it seem like she's going to, go for the title. And she said, no, this is about you now, Zarya, which it is. Zarya seems perfect for TNA. So that was a positive. Sonya Deville came back. I don't know her new name. It's going to take me a while, right? She came out, disrespected Santino. Got to keep all these Santanas and Santinos in line in my brain. And at first, she gave them all the props in the world, being very nice. Then she went in on them. She said, basically, get out of here. I'm running things now. I've done this job before. So that happened. Oh, and then here's a big thing of the night. I mean, very interesting. Dixie Carter comes out. Yep. What do you think, everybody, about Dixie Carter? So I was feeling really bad for Dixie Carter. I get the story. People feel like she ruined TNA and things like that. I don't think so. I think she was running it during some of the most fun eras, right? I mean, I'm not like a TNA historian. I know Jim Cornette can't stand her or whatever, and supposedly she was sleeping with the boys or whatever. But what do you expect? She's going to be around a bunch of fitness models and shit and all these dudes. And, she's not gross. She's not a gross lady. So Tell me in the chat, why do people hate Dixie Carter so much? Because I honestly don't really know. It's just the business, I guess. She didn't do a lot of business for them. But I think by being bad, she actually did some business for him. How about that? Gotta tell you, if you're a chick, it's all about TNA. Really? Yep. And one of my favorite karaoke songs to do is Judas by Fozzy. Of course, I've even done it. Go check that out. That's in the shorts. Or is it? No, they wouldn't let me post it in the shorts. I do have a Cody Rhodes one, though. Yep, I did his song. I remixed it a little bit. I made it better. So, yeah, I just felt bad for her. She's like, this is a very important night for me. Something to that effect. And then just more booze raining. And I'm just like, these wrestling fans are so disrespectful. I wonder what she has to do with them right now. All right, calm down, everybody. Calm down. You know, for her to even come out, that I was thinking, well, how is she involved right now? Maybe she is. They think she's a villain. I don't know. She's no villain. And she gave us EC3, her nephew. Come on. EC3 was given a short little run on WWE. I want to say, God, when was that? 2017, 2018, right? That was like a whole, like, between 2016 and like 2020, that was a weird ass time. Very weird time in wrestling, especially WWE wise. And it's also the time where that Young Bucks indie scene and Cody Rhodes and all them like morphed into AEW. And Danny says, in WWE terms, she was too involved with the product. Really? To boo her in the year 2026, it's a little much, you know? And you have a wrestling intro video of a friend made of you. Wow. It's amazing. I need some people to make some of me. I need a wrestling entrance video as well. So more on that later. But, yep. Celebrities. How about this? CM Punk is in a movie. He's like a bad cop. So that's what I gather from the trailer is he's basically Denzel Washington right over my shoulder here in Training Day. And he's going to teach all the young pups how police work really, like what really goes on when you're doing night patrol. That's the name of it, night patrol, right? I mean, just the names alone. Come on, guys. We got to step our game up. Why isn't it? They all need to hire me in Hollywood and in professional wrestling. Like, I'm not lying. Maybe it's because I'm psychotic. If I just sat down with a blank piece of paper or something, I'm just coming up with stuff nonstop, over and over. And I just, maybe 80% of it could be the shits, but I'll come up with a lot of stuff, a lot of different names, whatever. And I do it fast, okay? You know, ball wash myself right now. Ball washed myself earlier today, and now I'm going to do it on stream. So I hope everybody's keeping up because I'm pretty good with coming up with ideas and things quickly. All right? Tell everybody in Hollywood, thank you. And then they'll go, well, just write the Matrix script over, right? Or let's do this over again. We don't want new stuff. We don't want cool stuff. We want safe stuff. I'll put Spider-Man in every movie I do. How about that? Instant win. That's all you got to do. Put Spider-Man in it. Boom. You got a hit. Wrestling? You want a good character? Spider-Man that yeets.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
Yeet man. And he comes down like Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania there in the 90s, doing the fist pumps, doing the, what's the new one I do all the time now? I do the Trick Williams, the little wrist flick. Mm-hmm. Think about it, Triple H. Hashtag hire Dr. Huge. It's a whole file there on X for everybody. It should still be there. I asked for all my prior tweets back years ago, because it was a way you could get your archived tweets, because I can't look back past like a week, right? So I go back to pull some notes of my own that I post on social media, and they're like, no, we're not sending them to you, and you'll never find them ever again unless you hashtag yourself every single time, which is like, nobody's doing that. Okay. And
Yee, yee, yee.
And you can get me one nice. Make it look perfect. Photoshop it and all that. Big muscles. Just like Stuttering John. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. That's what he does. Just like that. Speaking of, let's watch a little Stuttering John. And I also have a note to watch a very specific video, because I haven't watched this one, but I watched the other one, and it is a riot. So we'll switch it up. We'll get back into a little TNA talk and wrestling talk overall. SmackDown happened last night. Raw, of course, earlier in the week, and everything else in between in the news to go along with that. But Dabbleverse, everybody must know about this, especially the pro wrestling fans. Get liking and subscribing. Show up more here on YouTube. Thank you. If you're watching on X in the future, come on over to YouTube. Follow. What's the sound of one hand clapping? That's what it is. Remember that? Solve all the philosophical lessons. Here he is. Let's do it. Look at him. He's so handsome. He was wearing a dress shirt the other day, and I was calling him Don Johnson. Drunk Don Johnson. Mm-hmm. Then all these stupid chatters, they steal my shine, and they all kept saying Don Johnson and things, and I'm like, you guys. And they give no credit to Dr. Huge, right? How dare these pores out here in these chats treat Dr. Huge, and then they don't even watch my show, which is way better than these shows. Way better than your show, John. Who could do a show all by himself without no guests? Oh my God, that's mind-blowing. Nobody's ever done that before, right, John? Anyway, I don't know what this is about, but I'm sure it's going to be stupid.
They make up shit that is so preposterous, but they do it all the time. They can't stop. Much like Barbara.
Bob Levy, that's Barbara. He calls him Bob because he's got like white hair. He kind of looks like an old lady these days. So Barbara.
And Yassi.
And Yassi is Pat Dixon because he's got one eyebrow that's stuck up just like The Rock. I'm not kidding. So he always looks like this. Like, I can't even do the face. His eyebrows, one eyebrow's just up here as if he's always curious. And then he talks like a 1920s gangster. So that's why he's saying, yeah, see. I mean, all these guys, hack comedians, bottom of the barrel, stand up, all this stuff, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of what it is.
Picking up the narrative, the false narrative that I'm trying to somehow bang Keanu, which I am not.
Keanu, another hack comedian's wife, Keanu herself, hack comedian. And she comes on John's show a lot. They're all in the Dabbleverse. And he, of course, is trying to sleep with everybody's wives and girlfriends. Doesn't matter if they're single, wives, girlfriend. He's a horn dog. He said it himself. And he's just kind of like a creep. So he'll have women on his show. He'll know they're married. He'll know that they're involved with somebody, even somebody he knows. And he just hits on them over and over and over, and it's like even to the point where it's like, I've jerked off to you, I've done this, I've done that, and it's just like, bro, I get he's like trying to be funny, but this is also him. and also him trying to disguise his creepiness with his comedy.
So fucking pathetic. But yes, so look, I told you. You said on your show last night when I struck you, oh, there's a solution. Here is a solution.
You better not say it, John. You better not say it. You know the solution I'm thinking of, right? He's talking about Shuley, who's the shitwayer. It better not be what the final one, John? Is that what you're talking about? Let's see.
Danny, shitware, here is the solution. Don't violate my rights.
Oh, okay.
What? Shitware, why don't you just come up with a new idea? You're 3 comedians. You mean to tell me you can't come up with any other idea than to obsess over me?
And shout out to Dirty Jersey here. I mean, he's really come up the ranks in the Clippers in the Dabbleverse, which is funny. A lot of them, they really do get, I'm not saying this about you, Dirty, of course, or Stalin, or a lot of the others out there. Some people are just putting in the work, right? They're getting their channels monetized. They're doing things. But, you know, when you get a lot of ads on these clip vids, you know, the Clippers are making money. They're thinking there's something out here. When anybody can really clip anybody else's content, the real shit is like what I'm doing, what John's doing. The clipping is cool, and it actually helps everybody that's doing this stuff. But just don't get too big for your britches, okay? You're not really a creator more than you're a clipper. Even if if certain people are adding music and doing things to it, the brunt of the money that these people collect from these things should go to the original creator, and that's coming from me, right? Somebody that I like to sample, I like to create montages and things at times, even in song form or whatever. But, you know, it's just, let's calm down with, again, not Dirty. He's new on the scene. He seems to be just about business, and he wants to get the channel big, and shout out to him. But there are many others out there. It's like they think that they're comparable with Kevin Brennan, and even Stuttering John, as ridiculous as he is, and all this stuff. Like, no. Chill out, bro. Okay? Just make the clips. Got it. Because you need the clips in the Dabbleverse, because they all delete their videos after they do them. And then they'll put them up on Patreon. You know, they monetize them other ways other than through YouTube, which, you know, is something. I'm thinking about doing it. Really keeping your video up doesn't really fucking matter. Nobody's going back and watching a lot of videos. They should, especially of DrHUGEshow, because they're hilarious and they're great. And it really doesn't matter if they're old wrestling talking points or whatever, because wrestling is the same all the time. So even when we're doing it like that, plus we talk about a bunch of other stuff. So go watch the old videos, watch the shorts I'm putting out, and the clips and all that stuff. Follow and shave. Follow and shave, and take a shower and shit.
You're admitting then that you're a parasitic douchebag. Come up with your own idea that doesn't involve me.
Yeah, but you're into it with them now, John. There's a symbiotic relationship going on here between you and the shitware in his channel, because now he talks about you 24 hours a day, yes, but you're also really, really over the top ridiculous. And now you're putting it on even more, and you're giving them a lot of content, which gives you content to complain about it. You see? So now you're actually working hand in hand with the evil, dastardly Shuley. Mm-hmm. Go on, give me some more John here.
It's that simple. It's that simple. And Pinky, I've been biding my time with you. last week you played my songs. Don't think I don't have that tape and don't think I don't remember it.
I almost spit out my drink. You played my songs. And I don't know if he actually played his songs from his records, right? Or he's playing like his intro song here, which was, supposedly on a record. It's like, come on. He's so. This is why, like, I'm not even a fan of TSN or WATP and the main people that go after John. He's focused on Shuli right now, it seems like, even though I think both podcast hosts of those shows are literally in a lawsuit with John at the moment. But he becomes so unlikable with these things. So I like him because he entertains me and I don't have to deal with him and stuff. And like I think that whole world is just, it's crazy to me that there's somebody like this out there. So I love this. But then he upsets me a lot of the times, like he does everybody most of the time. But I can, I'm give some grace to all that because I just want to enjoy it. But then when he starts like really like, I'm going to sue you and I'm going to strike your channel and I'm going to take down your channel, it's like disgusts me, pisses me off.
Don't think it's not downloaded, because it is. And the other day, you violated my rights again.
And he like sticks on these things. Like now, it for the past month, it's a lawyer probably told him, well, it's about violating your rights, and you should talk and speak about that more. And now he's like parroting this over and over. They're violating my rights. And it's like, bro, you violated. If that's the case, you've been violating people's rights as well. But they drew first blood. Like, oh. My goodness, these guys, man. And you have the same disease as Eric the Midget, but you're not a midget. Ehlers Danlos. I know this stuff because I'm a fake doctor. Plus, I'm a huge ETM fan. The greatest caller of any radio show ever. How about that? And if you don't know about him, folks, look up ETM and listen to many of his famous phone calls. He's one of the GOATs. Yeah, stop suing people, Stuttering John. That's boxing ring, right? That's where Stuttering John was winning me over, because he kept calling out Shuli, meet me in a boxing ring. Let's like fight this out. And who knows, believe it or not, with a lot of men, not saying these men, but a lot of their other men, when you fight another man and you had a disagreement, you were really getting into it with them or whatever, generally after the fight, it's squashed. Because what are you going to do? Kill the guy? So after you fight each other, you gain, as a man, I'm speaking, you gain a little respect. You're like, this guy was willing to fight me for what he believed, whatever. I took some shots. I gave him some of my shots, and now I'm not so angry because I already punched the guy a bunch, right? Shuli should be getting into the boxing ring because, listen, Shuli, I get it. You're a comedian, you're a podcaster, and all this stuff, but you're taking yourself too seriously as well. Maybe not, of course, not to the level of John, right? I'm not saying that, but you should have fought the Bagel Boss. You should be fighting all these guys. And if you get beat up, so be it. But imagine you two hugging in the ring afterwards, right? Imagine the cash that would come during that and after that. It's very simple. This is something I feel like I could set up, right? So it should be pretty easy for you celebrities, right, John? For you guys to set something up like that instead of going to court. That's fucking stupid. Now everybody's wasting money instead of making money, right? So just something to think about. That's right. Eric the actor, coach. I can't believe DJ Electrify said that. Even made me say that. I would never say midget on my show. It's Eric the actor. R.I.P. to Eric the actor, by the way. Let's do it correctly, properly.
Rest in peace.
Who could do a show solo, right, Stuttering John? Never been done.
Just telling you, my eyes are wide open. My ears are unclogged from the constant wax that I have in there.
Yuck.
So I'm just telling you, don't violate my rights, Pinky. Sometimes you don't talk about me at all. I don't care if you talk about me. That's not what we're talking about. But sometimes you ignore me for days. That's the only difference that you have from the shitware. Both of your shows are boring as fuck. But the difference is you don't need me like the shitware does. That's the difference. You don't need me. The shitware needs me. But you don't.
Shitware is Shuley, everybody, if you didn't know. And at first, you weren't a Shuley fan, but he's super cool in real life. I'm sure he is. I'm sure a lot of people are. That's why, like, Johnny even has that gimmick of, you're going to meet me in real life, and you're going to like me, and you're going to do this, and you're going to want to buy me a beer, and blah, blah, blah. And it's probably, even for a lot of the haters, it's because you have moments where you're very hateable, whether it's a character or not, on screen. This happens in wrestling. This is why I'm trying to show this stuff to people in pro wrestling that are into this stuff, because this is pro wrestling, okay? In a lot of ways. And shout out to you, Madison. Look at that from Kick. Shout out to Kick. I've been doing a lot more Kick gaming videos. Don't you hit me with a Discord. If you write something about the Discord, you're out of here. Just a warning. Thank you. And you would never like SJ in real life? Well, you're a lady, right, too? So, I mean, if you're a dude, it's hard. Not, because it's funny. He's the guy at the bar. Like, I don't mind him being gross and all this stuff. It's entertaining, right? Plus, like, again, I don't have to deal with it. Look at this. Look. I told you it was something. I told you. Get out of here. That's all Kick's good for in the chat. People selling stuff. We're not buying anything. We're just subscribing to Dr. Huge on YouTube. That's what we're doing right now. That's right. He's got plenty of roids. He had the Lance one time. Another time, a Playboy centerfold. Had buffalo sauce fingers from eating dinner, and then she stuck her fingers up his butt, and she ruined all his hemorrhoids. And I made a song about it. Yeah. Only I can do a show alone. Nobody ever does it. Stetter and John went on a 15-minute rant about how nobody does shows by themselves. Who would ever do a show by themselves except me? I would like to thank myself and only myself. That's how he ends the show. So disrespectful. Listen, I get it. I'm sure a lot of people aren't even going to tune into this episode because I'm by myself, right? There are some Brennan episodes on MLC, and I like MLC, where I'm like, this one could use a guest. This one could use one. But also, I'm not big on, just no air, me not saying anything, me just clicking around and doing stuff. That's what John does. So you could say a 2-hour John show, 30 minutes is silence. And him doing other shit, going to the bathroom and, tapping on the, it sounds like this. It's like, just hear me type things out, wait for me to bring up screens and shit. Like, most of these shows are super boring, and it's all about the chat. Plus, I got you guys in the chat. I don't even, it's easier that way. And these guys don't use the chat like that. They'll point out things they hate in the chat, 90-10, percentage-wise. 9 out of 10 times, if it's something in the chat, in the pores, they'll only point out the things that they want to fight with people about. Just like on social media, right? You can kiss a guy's ass and tell everybody that they're the best, forever. You're the best in the world. Hold on, let's get a best in the world.
The best in the world.
There we go. But you can do that. They're only going to respond to the negative shit, which is so silly. You're supposed to do the opposite, everybody. You respond to the positive stuff and you ignore the negative stuff. That's if you want, like, you know, not to be annoyed all the time. So, yep. Oh, Danny's here, and we're going to do some eating. You can do it at home, Danny. Tell me you did it later.
G, 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 G.
That's right. Oh, stop saying that. Don't even write it. How dare you?
G, 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 G.
If I get on John's show one day, which is very possible, I could have. Maybe. Unless I was being trolled, which I probably was, by Nasty Meal. Haven't seen you since, Nasty Meal. You said you watched my show. I bet you were lying.
G, G, G.
Mm-hmm. All right. Give me some more, John. I mean, we're not even close to through this video. We may have to watch this other video. I'll find it. I'm going to go and tap on the mic and the keyboards. But let's hear more from him right now.
So, move on. Good day, sir. I said good day. I will tell you, I do have my date tonight at 5:30. I'm not going to shower again, but
So he went and looked like drunk Don Johnson for his date, and he was back awfully quick. This was the first show of the day. Then he came back a few hours later and did another show in a dress shirt. Hilarious.
I am going to change into my white dress shirt. I just got my suit jackets dry cleaned, and I'm going to wear on my blue suit jacket tonight. And as we go to the Mexican restaurant, she is a nurse at the Lee County Hospital, the Cape Coral Hospital here. And, you know, I mean, this is the one I've been, that I helped move, Tracy. And I hope that, she said she's ready now, because she was just breaking up with her other boyfriend. And she moved out of his house. That's where I helped her move. But
wait, what? So the girl he's dating right now, which is not a girl, this is a old ass woman, right? And she's dating she was just dating another guy, and she's using John to move her from the boyfriend's house, her new little fling, who I don't think he's really gotten into it with her. He's trying to, like, again, this is depressing. This is very desperate. And, you know, he's 60, man. I get it. Being an older dude, you want to get out there and, you know, get some of the ladies and things. You're not really feeling your age. You're like, I feel like I'm 30, you know. It's like we got to get out there and slay some tang or something. And then, you know, he's going to the gym and only doing biceps, apparently. It's, now he's moving chicks from their boyfriend's houses, and he's going to tell us about it. That chat that hates his guts. All right. It's a bold strategy.
it's been slow. But now it seems that she's into it. So we are going to have dinner tonight. And I'm just going to cross my fingers.
He's one of those guys that wears chicks down. You understand what I'm saying? He gets rejected, and that creep just keeps coming. The creepiness in him, he just like, nah, unless she's like totally done with me and she'll never talk to me, then, you know, there's still a chance. And then he just hammers away at it.
I see Pocky can't stop talking about me. It's fucking amazing. Non-stop, show after show. I am fucking in his head. I'm in that pox-scarred head.
Pox-scarred.
Is.
I gotta hear
It's
that.
amazing. I see Pocky can't stop talking about me. It's fucking amazing. Non-stop, show after show. I am fucking in his head. I'm in that pox-scarred head of his. It's amazing. It is amazing. The guy can't quit me. Sunflower Dragon. I'm just gonna read this again because it couldn't be truer. The Dabbleverse is hateful, racist, and misogynist.
That is true. That's true.
It's all just hate. And it's racist. It's anti-Semitic. It's immoral. It's cyber harassment. It's cyber bullying.
See, that's for you, Danny.
Stalking.
Your
and
t-shirt.
It's done by anonymous people. Who are these people? Revenge of Penis Wrinkle. Carmen said he will strike. No transformative. I didn't play anything from Carmix. So good luck with that, Carmix. Skill rules today. Thanks for the $5. Who said it? I beat off to Keanu. Yesterday morning, Keanu's mother is all pissed at me. Yes. I beat off to Keanu in Atlantic City after she wore the tight leather pants.
That's like his story. He brings it up every time Keanu's on. It's like, I beat off to you. It was because of the tight leather pants when I saw you. And, you know, it's like, bro, every time you're going to bring this up?
But that's to think that means I'm trying to fuck her is ridiculous. Karmic drew first blood. Yes, Karmic's drew first blood. He did. I was talking to my friend today. He's like, I don't get. He goes, John, Karmic's is like everybody else in this Dabbleverse. You're nothing but nice to him. You say you like him. You say you enjoy his voice. You don't say anything bad about him.
I keep reading this. Yeah, he really said that too. I'm not even going to shower before this one. And you know when he put that white dress shirt on, it was yellow and brown, like in a jiffy.
And then immediately, he's got to go against me for no apparent reason. Because he's got to kiss up to Pinky. Oh, Pinky, why are you mad at me? I didn't know you and John were in friends. That's not what we said. The question was, do you think John would try to tag Keanu if her and Gino broke up? Now answer that question.
That's from Bob Levy himself. Barbara Levy, who has a wife, Gina, I think, still. And John, when Gina left him for a bit, instantly tried to bang Gina and get with Gina. And to the point where he even called Bob, supposedly, and was like, do you mind if I try to shoot my shot with Gina? And he was like, I don't give a fuck. You know, like he was being normal. Bob's kind of a normal guy compared to John. So it's just, who does that? He's like, he's my friend, so I do like man code. What's the big deal? It's like, because you just don't go there, bro. You just don't. If you try, again, man shit, real man code, you don't go there. She's not for you. Let some motherfucking guy go after that. There's plenty of other fish, right, John? Or do you just need everybody's girlfriends and wives? Because those are the people you're around. Pathetic.
Well, Barbara, I did answer that question last night. And much like everybody else, I'm sure you were watching. You just forgot. So I said I would not even try out of respect for Gino. Capiche? Because they're married. I didn't know
Capiche?
That you and Gina were married when I asked you for permission. I really didn't. I don't give up Frog's fat ass if you believe me or don't. But
I didn't know you guys were married when I asked for permission. Did we just hear that?
That's a fact, Jack. I did not know.
Doesn't
I thought
matter.
you guys were just having a breakup.
He thought it was just a breakup. Man code, John, guy code is even if it's a breakup and it's not a wife, you still don't go there. You're going to date one of your friend's girlfriend, your buddy's girlfriends that he just broke up with. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And you're both in comedy and all this. What are you going to bring Gina around Bob when you see him at the fucking firehouses or something? Crazy.
And you know the other two girls that you and I were both flirting with at the time? It was all around the same time. I don't have to say their names. I think you know their names.
So he's justifying it by saying, we fucked a lot of chicks, right? We banged a lot of these whores at the firehouse. I'm saying a firehouse because that's an old, disrespectful jab at hack comedians that do firehouses, right?
So, no, I'm telling you, I would not try and tag Keanu. You don't have.
That's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie, bro. And that's one way of saying it. Bold-faced lie and bald-faced lie. I go with that one because, you see. Yep. Love being bald. Bald pride forever. Me and Adam Pearce. Gonna be bald forever. And we love it. I think Adam Pearce with hair would look weird. How about that for a take? Anyway, let's finish with John justifying doing wrong in society.
To believe me, I don't care. I know my truth.
Well, as long as you know your own truth, Oprah, as you say, then nobody can touch you, right? Narcissist. See, this is the clips and the moments where John comes off very, you can dislike him easily, right? So he can entertain you by being stupid, spitting, and doing all this stuff, whatever. But then on the flip side of that, he can also entertain you. He does do it. I'm not saying he doesn't. He can make you laugh a little bit, unintentionally, of course. And then he can really gets the emotions going, right? Because just look at this face. And this isn't performative. He really believes the bullshit that he says. He believes it. And he projects that to be like, hey, I've never lied in my life. He'll say things like this. It's like, come on, man. Come on, bro.
I wouldn't. I don't have a problem with Gino. And I think Keanu and Gino are going to last a long, long, long time. So the scenario is not going to happen anyway. So why do you care? Derek Dabbles, the objective data shows you will strike out tonight. I don't think so.
You did.
Because now that she said she's open for a relationship, I think.
No, you moved her. Job is done, bro.
Time to.
You'll get paid with nothing. That's what you get. You get to take her out to dinner.
Move in and focus because she lives right here in the Cape. And I need a main squeeze right here in the Cape.
Yeah, only main squeeze you're getting is your left or right hand, right, bro? Whoa, that was a good one, right? Hit me off with a Seth Rollins.
So, and I don't want to be late either. You hit on Missy B at Anthony's house, hypocrite. First of all,
Missy B is Count Cumia, Pocky, Anthony Cumia's girlfriend, who is also, I think, a self-proclaimed Nazi. Like, she really doesn't like Jewish people. She really doesn't like blacks. Just like Cumia doesn't. I think the only, in my opinion, that's what it feels like that's happening. And The only Jewish guy he seems to like is Shuli from TSN, which is weird how they've kind of clicked up, because if you know the origin stories, John's from Howard Stern, Shuli's from Howard Stern. They used to feud with Opie and Anthony in East Coast radio. We'll call it that. I know Stern went national, but a lot of people in the West Coast, they would listen to him, I guess, around 10. You know, big deal around here, especially for us blue-collar workers getting up early in the morning and always having Stern there to entertain you with the greatest show ever. I mean, between like, God, the year 1990 and 2010, he pretty much fucking owned this. This is before podcasting, even when podcasting showed up, it was funny because he would shit on it because he knew what was coming. But he went off the rails. He could have stayed having one of the greatest shows ever, but he turned on his fans. The rest is history. And now all these castaways from that show they've gone into the hack verse, the shit verse, the dabble verse.
There was quite a few women there, as I can recall, and I didn't know that they were together because the time I was there before, he was with Danny Brand. So I had no idea. Plus, I was half in a bag. I mean, we were drinking for a while.
So is that an excuse to hit on another friend's girlfriend? Well, I was already drunk, so that's why. What's the big deal? That's an excuse.
All right, I don't want to be late for this date, so let me just end the stream by saying the Stuttering John saying Gagia, and where is now let's send Carmix the link. Let's see if that pussy.
For the audio people, he's in his dress shirt, and he came right back. Look at the hair. This is Duke Johnson here. This is Don Johnson in the 80s if he was like really, really drunk.
Boy Carmix would come on. Now, I have sent Carmix the link again. Now, let's see if this pussy boy comes on. Let's see. New news, Dr. Robert J. Manley, thanks for the $2. Pack your bags, boy, you're going to Rochester. Yeah, looks like I'm going to rock it in Rochester. Apparently, the judge decided to grant Lady K's and Shitway's motion to move venue, which is really doesn't change it at all for me. You know, I would have rather it been in Manhattan. I think anybody with a brain could understand why. You know, it's Manhattan's more. I mean, it's more liberal, and they understand. You know, big celebrities like myself, you know, who have to protect their right of publicity. School! But it's not the end of everything. It's just, you know. So, they move venues. Oh, Justin. Oh, you mad at me? Sorry about you going to Rochester. Maybe I'll do comedy at the Carlson. Dr. Robert J. Manley, the judge made fun of your lawyer in his decision. I don't think that's true. It's so funny because
the old Howard Stern burp mid-sentence. And people that don't know about these old gimmicks, they think that they're like, oh my God, how dare he? You know, that's so funny. How did he do it? It's like, he was on Stern, bro. You know, he's one of the disciples. And of course, Dr. Huge is too. Listen, I'm gonna ball wash for a minute because, in my expert opinion, the Howard Stern Show is the greatest audio listening. And audio, I'm telling you, is better I think for a lot of people, especially me. Like you can do other things and you can still listen, and it puts your brain in another universe where you're having fun while you're doing not fun stuff, right? So whatever show can do that for you, that's the shit. That's what I'm talking about. Like right now, if you're watching my show, I would hope that some of you probably have something else to do sometimes, but you don't just go, I'm not going to shut this off. I'm going to put this over here and I'm just going to listen, because that's the point. That's why I don't want any dead air. That's why I don't want, anything I deem boring. I try to get away from it. And this ain't boring, bro. You may not know, but wait until you get pulled into this whole universe. You understand all the people he's talking about and what they're about. It makes everything way more funny. So when it's like anything, like a soap opera, right? Like professional wrestling. All right, let's let him finish.
I get a text from Dicka. Now, I love Dicka. I do. And same with Vegas Bear sells Jerry and Ava. But, I'm doing a stream and Dicka breaks the news to me. I'm like, really? I got to hear that now?
I think Dicka might be Nasty Meal, who sent me John's email to get on the show. And I'm telling you, I got to get on his show one of these days. Or MLC. I've been networking with a few other people. Dave Sayre out here, very famous, Clearwater Chad. They were on just last night, I think, with MLC. But when I get on these shows, bruh, we're taking off. We're going to the moon, right? Overnight. I'll probably instantly get monetized because we're like 3/4 of the way there. But that doesn't mean I get the game. I understand. I've been in the game for a long time. So I don't think I'm going to be a millionaire overnight or whatever. I'm humbled and happy that there are people in the chat right now just to hang out and watch all this goofy shit and talk wrestling and everything else. Unlike these people, they don't give a fuck if you're around or not. They just want your money.
Well, I thought you would have heard from your lawyer. Well, yeah, but my phone was off and I don't check my emails. So there was no way of knowing. Look at all these haters. Chris ++. We need Vince to break down the change of venue. Nobody needs Vince, not even Lori. Judge said your lawyer cited nothing to stay in New York City. Oh, Jesus. Jugular John, your lawyer is completely incompetent. Fact, I don't, whatever you say. Dr. Robert J. Manley, if you lose your lawsuit, will you sue them in Florida? I'll have to listen to my counsel. Is your family excited for you to lose your lawsuit? You're all obsessed with my lawsuit.
So this reminds me, this little montage of super chats reminds me of what was the Mensa math. John said he was in Mensa for years. And then, of course, he said, no, I'm not. Every now and then he'd be like, I was joking or whatever. But I don't think he was. I think when he finally got called out for it, he was like, oh, I have to explain that I wasn't. So it was just like this elaborate lie that he was in Mensa, right? Which is like 160 IQ, whatever, like club. And so there's a channel called Mensa Math, and it would take all the super chat clips, every single super chat, and just do this. And then show the super chat and his response. And they were good episodes because sometimes you can't watch all this stuff. So you just want to see his response to the super chats. And that in a way is really the show, just like MLC. MLC is a super chat show. These aren't like shows in the old way of thinking. It's the people in the regular chat can be a part of the show, get questions answered, get topics talked about by getting in there. And $2, $5, in some cases 100, 300. I've seen 500, not 500. I've seen 300 though on a few different occasions to write out long speeches and tell everybody what they want to tell everybody through these platforms. But John mainly gets the $2. I mean, let's be honest. It's just $2 insults he's reading over and over. But the point of this was Mensa Math had a channel and it's gone, not because of John, because of TSN. Think about that. Apparently they had used some stand-up clips or even the whole stand-up I think he might have taken and put it on his channel, and they struck him for that. Mince and Math gone. Just completely gone from YouTube. So I don't know if we'll ever see him again. It was kind of messed up, but then again, you know, I don't know if he took the entire clip of somebody's stand-up and was using it. Whether you deem it not good or good or whatever, you shouldn't be using people's original content, not transforming it at all and just replaying it on your channel, if that was the case. But still, shout out to Mince and Math. I see you.
Chris Plus Plus, email doesn't depend on Verizon. Send to Dwarf. I already have. He said he's busy. I don't know what he's doing. Yul Brenner's Balls. Pussabo Carmick said you're thin-skinned for filing suits. Pussabo won't come on my show because he's afraid of Pinky. I don't want to come on because Pinky's going to be mad at me. Yul Brenner's Balls. Carmick said striking channels is a real bitch move. Well, Carmick's is a real bitch. To Pinky. Oh, Pinky, like me. Like me. Carmick said you're a washed-up has-been. Rather be a has-been
than it never was.
Than it never was.
Yeah, right. Got it. Okay, I think I've had
and Carmick's.
Enough of this. Look at now he's showing the finger. Look at the finger, everybody. I don't even know how to zoom in. How do I zoom in? I gotta learn how to zoom in. Because when I can zoom in, then we're going red bar levels of famous out here. But look at the finger. I'll give it to WATP and TSN for the point dabble point. And they're like, one of the points is a big, like, a big ball on the end of his finger. One time he's like, it's arthritis. It's arthritis. And then the other time he's like, I got in a motorcycle accident where he dumped his bike. He dumped his Harley and supposedly messed up just the tip of his finger like that. But then it's arthritis. I don't know. Either way, he's got vampire hands like Nosferatu. And he's so funny, like unintentionally. It's crazy, you know. Anyway, I gotta find this other video, but before, and then I'm gonna go to. Actually, we'll just do it through this. Why the fuck not? Watch all my chicks working out vids. All right. I've been watching Sam Hyde lately. You know, I've known he's a thing or whatever, but his and he's like right around me too. He lives real close. Listen, Sam Hyde, you're a billionaire, right? Hire Dr. Huge. I got ideas forever. Forever. Okay. I'm looking for John and Ashley. Oh, this is a good one. So it's Dirty Jers. We got to go back to Dirty. Dirty. Hold on. Take me off the screen. You don't need to see. He spells it all crazy too, so I don't even know how it's spelled. I gotta go over here. Man, so much work. This is so hard to do, everybody. Telling you. So some people literally say, like, I couldn't do this. I'm like, why not? Just clicking buttons and talking shit. That's really it. One moment, folks. We're almost there. Man, he's been clipping like crazy lately. Okay, this is a good one. All right. Here we go. You know what? Maybe we'll just watch this video before. What do you guys want to do? Tell me in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to do what I want. Here comes more clips. See, I'm used to the Dabbleverse chat. So like, do this and do that, whatever. And then I can either tell people to fuck off or I'll do it, you know? This is, I don't remember this clip. It's from like 9 days ago, but Ashley Cummings, again, Whitney Cummings' sister, the big famous comedian, sitcom writer, all this stuff, is in the Dabbleverse. She's been going on John's show lately, and let's see how it goes.
What is all this drama with you and what is it, Scarlett? I mean, I can't follow this shit.
Okay, so just give you a rundown on Scarlett again, because I've been doing it every time I talk about Dabbleverse. But Scarlett is a young girl. I think she's a comedian or she's something. I don't know what she is. She comes off very drunk, and her hair's always a mess. And all the incel loser guys are like, "Oh, she's so beautiful, and I can fix her, and I would love to be with Scarlett." No, you wouldn't. Not like any normal, bright, intelligent person would want to be with Scarlett, from what I'm seeing. And now MLC and Kevin Brennan, one of my favorite podcasts or whatever, is just falling in love with her because apparently she brings the views, except my view. So I haven't been watching the show lately because even yesterday he's like, I want Scarlett on tonight. I gotta get Scarlett on tonight. And then it's like, even him saying that, I'm like, I'm not watching right now. We don't need drunk. You know how easy it is. I've been around tons of these. They come off like as a drunk chick. That's what it is. It's like, dude, I'm not entertained by drunk chicks.
I can't. I literally can't either. So I reached out to her, I want to say like a week and a half ago, and I just said, hey, I'm here for you as a human being, just as a person, and
there's, again, this is some Stuttering John level weirdness where I don't believe that she's trying to help somebody else. She's trying to help herself and her channel by having, say, somebody that may have some kind of problems going on. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know what situation you're in. I don't know you. I don't know anything. But if you need anything, I'm here for you as a human. And we started talking and texting, and it was she was a lot more clear talking and texting than she was on the live we did. But on Sunday, around 11 or so, she asked me to go live. And I said, okay, I'll set it up, thinking that it would be something helpful for her. It turned out to be a disaster. I deleted it, but yeah, I felt definitely in the the Dabbleverse proverbial boxing ring for a few days. Like, a lot of people covered it, and I should have not done that probably, but I again didn't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. People would text me. Can you explain it again? I
think my instincts were off, thinking that I was helping her by helping her get her story out, but it just turned into kind of a train wreck. But I tried to stop that live stream 5 times.
He's not listening again. He literally stops her, and then the dings keep happening, which is probably either VTL or Ditka, I'm guessing, who is also could be Nasty Meal and many others.
Like, as soon as she got on and she started crying, I was like, let's just do this.
She's the porn star, right?
Allegedly.
How can you allegedly be a porn star? I get, like, people could say that, but I've heard that too. Who's just making that up, right? It's weird. I mean, there's other things you could say about people that you could be like, well, allegedly, but porn star, allegedly.
I mean, yes, I think she's been open about that. I don't want to say anything private about other people because that's not me.
No, I don't know, because I'm like, you gotta understand. I don't know, and I'm not like, I don't know what's going on in this thing. Like, I mean, people, like, I don't know. I didn't even know who.
We get it. You don't know. Oh my God, this guy. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Scarlett was.
I hardly did. The only thing I knew was that she was being hurt by a guy named Matt, and there was a video of her being physically not treated well.
And this Matt.
I think the video they're talking about was something was like thrown at her. he like threw something small at her, like shut up, while she was streaming about him in front of him. And like this older man that's a stand-up comedian as well. I mean, it's a whole drama, right? But this ain't the funny part, so I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, see where we get. Let's go right here. I think John's gonna start getting creepy, because that's what he does. If a female is on cam with him, in person with him, he's gonna try to get that dick wet.
They sit around and try and chip at everybody behind the filter. That to me is a big pussy boy. You are a big pussy boy.
You know, I kind of agree with that take. You know, these filters and shit like that, it's hack. And I know this Burnt Peanut is big out here with the Arc Raiders people. He's like the big Arc Raider. He's so funny and everything. Oh, he's a peanut. Get it? He's got a peanut filter. Oh my God, that's fucking, it pains me when people try to be funny with like, why don't you do, what do they call them? The, you know, the balloons? Dudes, make some animal balloons and stuff while you're at it. Get some more puppets going and filters. You can be a potato like Cardiff. You can do the Tukey puppet. You can do a cactus, right? I saw a cactus the other day. There's a pineapple. There's an orange. There's the Burnt Peanut, of course. Oh, you one of the Peanuts wearing a cowboy hat today because his character has a cowboy hat. Get it? We're going full hard R on a lot of stuff, and I got to give it to John. I do believe that, and it is pussy boys type stuff. Be funny. That ain't funny to me. What is that? Funny to you? So you'll be on there swearing it up or whatever. I'm not saying necessarily anybody specific, but you know, you're acting a fool and you're in like, you look like a fucking kids show. It's weird.
If you can't come and show your goddamn face and fucking own who you are. I am Stuttering John, Edward Melendez, a.k.a. the Duke. And I don't hide behind anything. Skull!
So I think to answer your question, I believe what Kate Mead said.
Yeah, I was just, I mean, because
if Kate said she didn't, she probably didn't.
So everybody knows Kate Meany, young female comedian. I don't even know if she's trying to even get into comedy anymore. Would come on John's show, mid-20s. John would hit on her all the time, and then also say that he's not trying to hit on her and he doesn't want anything to do with her in that way because his kids are the same age or older or whatever, and then he would continue to hit on her. That's who Kate Meany is. She would start a lot of little fires in the Dabbleverse and then just disappear. And she's been gone for quite some time.
I mean, I believe her. The other situation, the Matt Mead guy, it was all very overwhelming.
Hey, 1 second. And by the way, here's El Diablo lying about buying a boat and then lying about selling a boat, killing it. All right, I'll tell you what. You super chat me 100, and I'll show you the picture of the title with my name on it. From
the typical old tired grift. You send me 100, send me a 50, and I'll do this and I'll do that. And then every time he does, he sends a picture, or he does, like one guy was like, show me your calves. You know, because these chatters are just as weird as John, some of them. And sent like a $10 super chat or whatever. He's like, if you send me a 100, I'll send you a picture of my calves. And then, or not even send a picture. It was weird. He was going to show his calves, right, on stream. So instead, he sent him a picture. And he said, you never said to do it on live, right? So he's always trying to get money out of people and then not deliver. Skull!
My 1999 C-Ray. Put your money where your mouth is, dickhead. Come on, bruh. Let's do it. Just do it.
Remember those kids back in the day, like in elementary school and stuff, that would want to bet money or this or that because they knew they had the advantage and you also knew they had the advantage. Like it'd be like, you want to bet that I won't run across the street right now? Because I'm going to run across the street, but you want to bet that I won't? And it's like, well, you have control of the bet because you just don't have to run across the street, right? That's what John does. Just do it.
I'm sorry, am I interrupting you putting on your lipstick?
Again.
Let's do it! Just do it.
Yeet.
I'm sorry, am I interrupting you putting on your lipstick?
No. Am I interrupting you by putting on my lip gloss?
I actually saw this part live. I was in the chat right now, and John gets upset when people aren't paying attention to his show because his show stinks, and he's just kind of like ranting and raving like a lunatic. So she, of course, just like John does all the time, like, what are you saying? I'm not listening to anything because this is so uninteresting, right? So she's doing it. She's off in La La Land, fixing her hair and putting on lipstick and all this stuff. He gets upset here. You'll see. And it may not be your typical, oh, look how angry he's gotten. He's upset.
Gloss?
Yes. Yes, you are. It's very distracting. Although titillating at the same time.
Did you say titillating?
Yes.
It's a good use of the word.
Thank you very much.
Titillating the juices.
You're welcome.
So are you and Scarlett on good terms now, or is it not good terms?
Yeah, as far as I know, there was so Monday was Kevin or Pinky, whatever you call him. He made a show, and then Melton made a show, and then Mersh made a show. This was kind of the worst. I paid her $50, like just because I feel like people should get paid to do things, and you know, I don't know her situation.
Dirty Jers, good job, bro. You're pointing out that he's not listening at all. He's back to typing. He's doing his thing. And that's what he's up to right now, okay?
But she didn't even want to get paid. But I paid her $50, and then Mersh makes a show like,
wow, $50 for being drunk on your show and being stupid.
Like Ashley never paid, and then starts tweeting about it. Ashley never paid Scarlett. I was like, Doom is my record keeper. I was like, I'll just send Doom the receipt. Like I paid her more than she ever asked, and she's
HVAC. Is there any way she gave another lady money for coming on her show? Is that really a true story? I can't believe that. I mean, maybe, but of course, the beginning when she's like, I just wanted to help her. That's, again, I've been bringing this up for the past year. Listen, I did this show from 2016, conjured up the idea. I'm like, you know what? I'll actually tell you. I'll give you the HUGENverse origin story real quick before we get back into the clips. So, I'm having conversations with all kinds of people, the Sleaze being one of them, about many different topics, right? But me and the Sleaze would start talking wrestling every once in a while because it's like at our advanced age at the time, there's really nobody to talk to about this stuff. So we would sit and like kind of like do the water cooler type talk. And I'm like thinking to myself, this is pretty good. And then I started doing it with a few other of my friends. One being, I always called him Crazy Man because he was a bit crazy. And he watched wrestling, of course. So we talk about it, and he would always say, these are fucking, imagine if we were doing a show. This is gold. Like, we're really entertaining each other, you know? In the day and age where everybody's texting. I'm like, yep. So this Crazy Man would always be like, you gotta start a show. You have to do a show basically about me. And then all my hot takes and all my stuff. And I'm hilarious and I'm funny. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm hilarious and I'm funny. And I have hot takes, right? And a lot of our conversations really revolve around, you know, what I'm saying, right? So his idea was, why don't you get some microphones and you get this and you do that and you set up this and you set up that. And then I just show up and I do a show and you get to bask in the glory of Crazy Man and you can be second mic or whatever. Like this is, in general, this is essentially what he's saying. And you'd bring it up all the time. So I'm a thinker. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking sometimes, why don't I just do a show? I'll just do it. Like, why would I put all this stuff together to do a show for him when I already know I can do a show and I just put it all together and do it for myself? You understand? So I basically went, you know what? I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to do a show. And then I had another buddy that was doing a podcast, had me on his first episode. And it was like a round table in front of a pretty cool microphone, but it was kind of stupid at the same time because it was one microphone that kind of went 360 around this round table. And then, of course, that went nowhere because nobody has the stick-to-itiveness or the real understanding of media they just think, oh, I do show, I talk into mic and then show happens, right? Doesn't work like that. There's a lot of work that goes into these things. So I knew this with Crazy Man. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take all my know-how. I got the stick-to-itiveness for this, and I'm going to do my own show. And I said, I'm going to do it with the Sleaze. Because I talk with the Sleaze just like I talk with Crazy Man, just like I talk with anybody else. Boom, you got the Dr. Huge show, right? But in this world, you know, it's a lot of using going on. They're using each other, but then also saying, oh, I'm helping them, right? And I came across this the first 5 years I was doing the show, 2016 to 2020, whatever. And I'm like, wait, everybody wants to help me with this, right? But they're helping me is doing the fun part, which is actually doing the show. So that's not helping me. That's doing the show. You see? So by her saying, like, I just want to help her. When I hear that, I'm like, uh-oh, somebody wants to help. That's not good generally. They want something from you, right? So that's what's happening here. And I'm starting to see this with this lady over here. Wait, where's my cursor? Is it not here?
He's even offered to give it back to me, and I was like, no, keep it. Like, I just got a lot of heat for that. And it's interesting, John. I think that you probably have a similar experience. Like sometimes your heart can be in the best place and you just end up making a fucking mistake. And that's what happened, I think.
Oh, tell me about it.
And both these people, right? This is like the male and female version of insincerity. Okay? Like they act and they put on the face that, oh, I was just trying to help. I'm just doing, right? And it's like, no. You're doing for you.
Saying.
The cesspool of ridiculousness.
Yes.
It's all hate and anger. The whole thing is built off of hatred. Everything. I mean, it's not like there's true. No kindness. I mean, with the exception of me, I'm kind. But these assholes.
Right. He's kind. And who's BTS? Sounds like a Korean pop group. Is that who we're talking about? Did they break up or something because of something? You know? But yeah, it's just, when people want help, when they want to help you is when the antennas need to start going up. Because trust me, nobody wants to help anybody. Not me, not in my life, ever. So I'm always on high alert for people wanting to help themselves with me, you see. Fuck all that. And I see that even happening with Kevin Brennan, HVAC. I know you know about this Kevin Brennan, right? And it upsets me when I see like a Karmic or this or that, all these guys literally use his platform, get monetized, get their own thing going, and then they're not real. Like, of course, John's mad because he's kind of sticking with MLC, but he's always getting kicked off of MLC and doing other people's shows and stuff like that. Like, that's fine. It's cool to get to do what you want. But if you're on a big show like MLC, like he couldn't even get a guest yesterday. And he pays people. That shows you his way of doing it isn't necessarily the best. It's the best because he gets a lot of super chats, right? But he would be getting that anyway because everybody knows who he is, right? Brand recognition type thing. But as far as him knighting everybody else and giving them monetization and then not getting anything back except grief for it, and then they go, oh, well, he's trying to control this and he's trying to control that. That's weird. Like, I would have thought he would have figured this out sooner, you know what I mean? No, my phone's acting really crazy right now. Too many messages. Anyway, let's get back into this. Let's listen to what they got to say.
They are just brutal. I mean, the puppet and the potato, like, just brutal.
The whole fruit section of the
yeah, the whole, as Keanu says, the whole produce section. I mean, they're just, oh, I know that I brought up Keanu. Sorry.
Well, that's another thing that I'm not gonna bring it up because I'm not stupid like her, but yeah, she created a lie about a situation that is really disgusting. I was sexually harassed by my old boss, and I don't even remember telling her that, but that's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah, remember telling you that? Oh. It's these two are a match made in the Dabbleverse. You know, like she's doing the same thing John does, but in a female way. It's very obnoxious.
Started a rumor that I blew my boss for $200.
How would Kiki even think of that story? And I'm not like a fan of hers or anything, but how would she come up with this story if you didn't tell her? And she even told you to your face, you told me this. And you didn't deny it. But now you're denying it kind of. Oh, well, you know, maybe I was drunk, right, John? Like, that's one of his favorites.
Oh, wow. Sure I can't fly.
That's your friend, though, right?
You see, vid, milking this. She got a full cup of love. So yeah, okay.
You need to do, you know.
Did your sister, like, did Whitney have any kind of rituals or anything? Because being a comedian, it usually any performance, baseball player, football player, but especially like comics and actors and stuff, they usually there's always something.
Big time comedian, folks. That's why he's asking this question, right? And HVAC, of course, he agrees, but I'm sure it gets harder and harder given that he does a show every day. Have you seen Tom Myers? He gets monetized and literally just asks for super chats. It's cringe. It upsets me so much because, you know, I'm very small time right now. I used to be big time on Periscope, and then Periscope fucked off and did whatever they wanted and took all my money. But now I'm stuck with YouTube, and you can't get over because there's so much noise. And you got people out here literally just grifting, and they get monetized because they went on Brennan's show a couple times. It's like, bring me on, Brennan. What the fuck? Were you racist? Is that what it really is? Can't be racist, right? Because the brown skin, you just can't stand it. I know you like the sexy brown skin, so it can't be that. Bring me on, Stuttering John, bring me on immediately, or else you're racist. Especially you, Stuttering John, because I know you're hyper-liberal, and you don't want to be called racist, right? There. I told them, HVAC. I'll be on tomorrow, I'm sure.
So, due to recent events, I will not and cannot speak about my sister, period. The end at all for now.
Oh, I wasn't trying to.
Yes,
No,
you are.
I get it. But yeah, I can't answer that question. I was going to say about the Matt Mead guy, I definitely didn't expect to see them on a, like that guy, Tommy Jordan. Do you know who Tommy Jordan is? Shout out to Tommy Jordan. I think he's
Yeah,
hilarious.
he's the asshole who came to my place in fucking Pennsylvania to harass me.
He's a total spaz. I'm sorry, Tommy. Again, like, you're funny when you go to the events and you film everybody outside. Very useful. I like all that. It's good entertainment. But, you know, as far as like when you had Ashley and somebody on, maybe Kiki, I don't remember who it was, and they were like fighting and things, and then you just kept putting yourself on the screen, you kept putting Nasty Neil of all people on the screen, and Bubba and all these other fucking boring people. It's like, bro, nobody's here for this. You had gold and you kind of like soured it. I don't know how you sour gold, but he did.
Wait, what happened?
What are you talking about? He fucking drove all the way from the Bronx. Like, he drove like 6 hours each way.
And she's in the Dabbleverse and doesn't know this. What? What did she knows Tommy Jordan, but then doesn't know that he was going to all the Johns of the events. Really?
To come there, put up and have a secret video camera on his shirt, and the only question he can say is, "I'll wait," which is not even a question. I mean, he's a hack. I mean, if you're going to be stuttering John, do it right. What?
I didn't know that happened.
Oh, yeah. And then he came to my gig at the Stress Factory in like a store-bought, but like an acrylic old man mask, you know? And
I didn't know anything about that.
Oh, he's a creepazoid.
Oh.
Yes. That's why I told you, Ashley, in the beginning. The first thing I said to you, and I've said it to your little sister Kate, I said, this is not the place you want to be in. I mean, it's just not. It's
says the guy that comes back all the time, right? Because he gets those sweet $2 to $5 super chats. Ooh, he loves them.
It's hate. I can handle it. Like the sorcerer, who you probably he's a really good psychiatrist. Like he was like he said, well, John, you know, it'd be better for your mental health if you get out of this. But I'm like, no offense, actually, I personally could give a frog's fat ass when these assholes, you know, call me anything. It does not hurt me at all. I don't give a shit.
Was there a point that it did, though? Because I thought that I was at that place before the last, like, 3 days. And then I was like, like, I'm taking all this stuff personally again. And I promised myself never to do that again. But was that, like, a process for you?
No.
To not take the stuff personally, to not get...
Well, HVAC, I don't think anybody wants me anywhere. If you're talking about me, why not go on other smaller channels and give your opinions? Unfortunately, some shows you probably don't like, or you may not like the people, but just go give your opinions. I would. Nobody asked me to do shit. I don't know why. I can go. And I've literally told people, I'm like, listen, man, I can go. You know, and I know I will go on a show and I can respect their show. I won't just talk over people. I get it. I know how this works. My intention doing anything on a camera is to hopefully entertain people watching and listening. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. But nobody asked me to come on. I ask everybody to come on. Just about. And half of them ignore me. And randomly, it's very random, people are like, sure, yeah, I'll do it. And I get it. You know, sometimes you don't have the time on a Saturday afternoon or a Tuesday night or a Thursday night or whatever, the times I'm going. But you could also just text back, no thanks. That would work too. So people respect numbers, HVAC, in this day and age. I have Twitter numbers. They don't like the fact that I follow back everybody that follows me as well. Like that doesn't actually help me out, but I'm a real person. And I think that in that way, it helps me out for all the other real people to go, oh, wow, this is like a real guy. Like he'll actually, if you follow him, he'll follow you back. he'll actually be interested in what you're up to, right? If it's good, if I deem it good or interesting, then I'll be into it, right? But maybe I'm not wacky enough. So, sure. Have me on BYB and who else? I mean, there's the guy with the googly eyes and Lil Mir and who else? HVAC, I need you to champion me out here in a way in the chats and let everybody know. Otherwise, I mean, I'm getting. Can you believe this, HVAC? Laundry Room a week or so ago came at me saying I wasn't funny in chat. So I don't know if he caught wind that he got goofed on a little bit, but I mean, come on, man. Out of all the people in the chat, he's the one that's going to come out and tell me I'm not funny. Got it. Yep. You're the king. You're the best poor. All this stuff. Unbelievable shit. HVAC. I mean, this guy, he has to be fat. Has to be.
He's fat.
First of all, you're either fat or you're autistic or you're both. So, just letting you know, nobody watches all these shows all day, every day, and writes the lamest shit in chat, and then tells Dr. Huge, who has a fucking show and does things without a filter, without puppets, except for the Hulkster here, action figures. I'm not funny. I don't know what I'm doing. Got it. BYB Clowntown NJ. I had New Jersey Ranger on a few months ago, and I was letting him know, like, let me, this is my gateway, right? Come on, New Jersey, right? Let's go. Let's click up and let's do this. And he's just like, he likes Flimsy. That's his boy. That's his co-host. And they only have the superstars on there, so understandable, Again, Dave Sarah, have me on. I'm not scared of you motherfuckers. What, are you going to say the N-word? Oh, no, I'm going to melt. I'm going to turn in the fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark, the Nazis. Oh, no, words. I'm not scared of any of you fucking people. You guys could really use my expertise in all this, but whoever does it first is clearly a genius, Thank you, Coach. I am killing it. Always killing it. Better. I'm killing it better than Stuttering John when he's alone. Way better. And I don't hit on anybody's wives or girlfriends in the process, which I hope everybody admires. Thank you.
Get hurt by the mean things that people say?
Well, I grew up in a very brutal area in Long Island where all we did was goof on each other and our moms since we were 10 years old. I mean, that's all we did. And then, and that extended to high school and then the Stern Show. I mean, it was just goofing and, and busting each other's balls. So I'm so used to it. So these fucking super chatters and people in the pores, like, they can't get to me. It's impossible.
Yep. Shout out to Dave Sarah. Shout out, John. Shout out to Dave Sarah. He gave us a raid or something on YouTube. I have to figure out how all this works a little deeper because I would like to raid people. Maybe that's what I need to do. I have to be the initiator of contact out here with these jamokes. What does that even mean, jamoke? But I'm willing to do it because that's really when my channel started to get more subscribers is when I'm, fucking with other people, and then people go, "Oh, I didn't even know you existed." I get it. I'm not a superstar. I'm no Stuttering John, right? I wasn't on the Tonight Show in the professional football arm wrestling tournament host. I wasn't that. I wasn't the lead writer in the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. So I need my credits up And the way to do it is to get in with all the cool people that are running things. I sent a link to Husey, or I was going to, but I think he might be busy. You know, all these people have crazy hours. He's in Ireland or Scotland or somewhere where they talk really funny. So I know it's a different time zone and everything. You know, I'm doing what I can do. And I want to bring back more solo shows during the week. I'm just usually exhausted. And then I hold out for Tuesday night Jess, of course, because everybody likes to look at Jess. And then Thursday nights, I haven't been doing those lately. And those are generally this show, like the Dabble show. We get into the clips and stuff like that. I mean, if you want this stuff, just ask for it. I'm no Ray DeVito. I'm not going to come out and go, you guys want this? You guys want to do a show tonight? I'll do them. But I just want to know that there will be a handful of people there at least to spread the word, like, share, subscribe. Because I don't do shit for nothing. You know, I'm not looking for money, but I don't want to do it for absolutely nothing. So, you know, we're going to kill it for life. You know, I don't give a fuck if one person's watching, 1,000 people are watching. Again, I'm not scared of you motherfuckers. Chat, I'm not scared of the people on the internet. I'm not scared of the Dabbleverse or any of these people. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's entertain. Let's have some fun, right? But
I guess you say Teflon in a way. Like, it ain't going to stick to me. I don't care. Anything you say is most of the time not true. And even if it were, who gives a shit?
And we reached the end of the clip. Amazing stuff, John, Ashley. You know, I got more wrestling notes here. We're going to get into that. And then maybe we'll look up some more clips. How about that? Let's see if I can find another good one for later. Because I'm going until the Seth Rollins juice, you know, disappears. Maybe we'll watch some we'd never watched before. No Vince the lawyer. He gets people too angry. No Karmics. Joey and CWC, they're running for president and vice president. I mean, come on. You know, that's cute. It's cute and everything. But I'd say, like, when I had CWC on my show, I was like, bro, what would be killer if you did a Halloween show tonight or whenever Halloween is and you dressed up like a vampire, you know, white face, the black lipstick, a little cape. And I'm like, that gimmick would cost you like probably like $10. And he's like, why would I do that? And I'm thinking to myself, why would you do that? Because it looks funny. I'm like, why am I explaining this? Right? Just do that and thank me later, okay? So, I don't know. I got to teach these people, like, how to up their game. I remember I used to tell a guy that he wanted to get into stand-up comedy, but he was like, had nasty stage fright. So I'm like, dude, he was like shaped like Stuttering John, you know, he's like kind of a short, weird looking guy. And I'm like, why don't you wear a 70s outfit? Just go buy something from like Salvation Army, dress up like you're an old pimp with the big collars and everything. Just go out. You won't even have to say anything funny. You're going to look funny. All right. And he got it. And he was like, that's a great idea. But then he never like executed on it or ever even tried. And it's just, you know, you can lead a horse to water or something. You can lead a Kristen Mayer to water, but you can't make her funny or something, right? Something like that. Right, Seth Rollins? That's right. I don't know if you like chat or not, but you can still send him shekels to promote your channel. I would if I was in the Dabbleverse. Well, I'm not in the Dabbleverse, technically. They won't let me in. There's all these gatekeepers. Chad and Dave Sarah and New Jersey Ranger, the only ones kind enough to come on and do the show. Again, Husey, he could come on at any time. He's another one. Shmuel, he won't follow me back. Panhandler followed me back and then unfollowed me. Who else? There's many like that. Just they won't follow me back. Very odd. Like you got to be in the clique. You got to go to AC. You got to go to Vegas, right? You got to be like a full-time hack, which I'm only a part-time hack technically. I got to do 8-hour shows on Stuttering John before I get any respect around here, apparently. Anyway, I do have more wrestling stuff. And again, we can get into another clip. We could talk about Zumach, because I haven't kept up with him since literally AC of last year. The only time I see Chad Zumach is on MLC, another famous, great locale in the Dabbleverse. And he'll say, that term is so cringe, and don't say locale. You're Chad, you're a locale. That's how you make money. It's kind of crazy how that works, right? You think of yourself as a real stand-up, but you're not really one of the real stand-ups. You know the real stand-ups. You open for them and host for them, and you're like one of those guys, right? So, yeah, you got a thing going on, I guess. Come up with more works, because you can't be fast and snappy like Dr. Huge over here. But you got the Brennan bump, so you've been monetized for a while. All that business. Certain people in the business. That's how life goes, folks. But does anybody really want to know Dr. Huge in real life? I mean, ladies do, of course. But hack comedians, not so much. Right, William Robinson? Shout out to William Robinson. We're doing it. We're getting back into wrestling talk right now for a minute. And then again, I have more clips, so we're going to do it in a moment. It's a threat. So. Oh, this is great news. So Ric Flair, right? Ric Flair's doing these cameos, and they're getting progressively worse. Where's my Ric Flairs at before I get into this? Woo! There he is. So Ric Flair doing the cameos, getting paid. I think in one video, he got paid $1,000 from a newlywed wife about her husband, and to shout out her husband and blah, blah, blah. And he was all like, why are you getting married? Woo! You made the worst decision of your life. And he was wasted, and he was like totally shit-faced. And it was, it warms my heart. I think that's some great stuff when Ric Flair still, after being on his deathbed, his death gurney, and making it out of the hospital, and he goes right back to the bar, planking and doing cameos and telling everybody the truth. The fuck are you getting married? You're getting married in the year 2026? What are you listening to Kevin Brennan and MLC and Vince the lawyer? You're not even married. Really? Have you seen the odds when you get into the married business? It works out for the guy all the time, right? It's just you need to do it, and you need to have the kids so you can be miserable for the rest of your life, right? Well, congratulations. Good job, guys. You got your goal. You're miserable. Now you want everybody else to be miserable. Right. So, Ric Flair, shout out to you. Thank you for telling the truth, because you were drunk on a cameo, but the people don't like it. You also called, what did you do? They were, quote unquote, he was blasted out of his mind doing these cameos. Oh, man, Ric Flair, you're the man still. How the fuck did you outlive Hulk Hogan? That's what I want to know. Man, don't do leg drops for a career. That will get you like 20 back surgeries and get you hooked on Oxycontin and things. Ric Flair, on the other hand, almost drank himself to death, and then he comes back and now he's drinking more. Thank God you're Ric Flair and you had all that Ric Flair money, right? Woo! 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 Ric Flair is funny and sad at the same time. Exactly. Yep. He knows it too. That's why he's always the life of the party, and then he also cries a lot. Every time somebody retired or stepped down or did this or did that, it was just like, wah. Ric Flair would go full crying Artie Lang mode. Wah. I loved it when the NWO back in the day, you had Kevin Nash as Arn Anderson, and you had Ric Flair was X-Pac. 1, 2, 3 Kid, or better known as Six at this time. And he had the big old nose and the blonde wig, and he just kept going. One of the greatest, like, goofy promos from pro wrestling ever. Really ever. Not my spot, his spot, their spot, my spot. Not the dog's spot, not my liver spots, my spot. Kevin Nash, hilarious as well. Ric Flair and Keith Richard may outlive us all. Yeah. They could drop a nuke on Ric Flair and Keith Richards, and the only ones that would make it out are Ric Flair, Keith Richards, and cockroaches. You see? The only ones to make it out of a nuclear blast. Which, breaking news, Russia's threatening Europe with. More on that later. Or are they? Because we don't really get to hear Russian news. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't hear this out of the guy's mouth. Their guy. I'm not going to say it. YouTube TOS. How about this? I may even get more into Real American Freestyle Wrestling on Fox Nation. Republican conservative nation, folks. Another brand of fake news. But they do have Wrath, which I think Chael Sonnen is going to be ending up at, which I know Colby Covington is already there. He's ultra MAGA. He loves the president. The president's favorite fighter, as he says. He took on, who did he take on? The other ex-UFC champion. I can picture him right now, but Luke Rockhold, that's who it was, in a wrestling match, like real wrestling on a mat. And it interests me. If you get bigger names, if they talk more shit in their press conferences, I'm digging it. You know what I mean? Like, give me more of that. I remember that NWO was imitating the Four Horsemen. Yep. Great segment. And did you see AJ Styles will be on TNA again? I'm sure he will be. They're going to have to give him some matches over there before he retires this year. I was really expecting Chris Jericho or somebody, but when I saw the initial show, like up front the first hour, I was like, yeah, this probably ain't happening because it looked like a rinky-dink show. I know they love the Hardys, but the Hardys aren't like a main draw anymore. It doesn't work like that, okay? Everybody remembers them, everybody likes them, but when that's like your first match, they come out with a guy playing guitar, cool, that's cool. I liked it, but it's more about, I think my problem with TNA was more about the look and feel. Like, they really need a smaller place, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's a bar. Make it look packed. Take a bird's eye view from the roof or from the ceiling when you're in a bar, say, if you're in, and even do it that way. And I'm not saying like a bar. I'm saying like a theater type bar, which are in a lot of places. That would be dope. Like, I know we got plenty of them in New England, Providence and Boston, like old theaters that are makeshift clubs, and do something like that and then push everybody to the front like you already do, but then you won't have all these empty seats, So this is a big venue problem, I feel. If they get that right, they'll get the look right, which will get the viewers looking at it like it's in a real professional product, right? Yeah. You love fake news? Well, that's all that's on TV. You can't be on TV unless it's fake news. And then most of the internet is fake news as well. So good luck. So, yep, we talked about AJ Styles being there, Saul Ruka, Zarya. I can't really remember anybody else that's like WWE that ended up there. There was a few other things that did happen, though. I saw Tom Phillip as one of the announcers. I forgot that he was an announcer there. He has a different last name this time, though. But I always liked him. The Rusev Day guy, I can never remember his name either, of the Vaudevillains. He's the other color announcer. And Ash by Elegance took on the Iconics, who is rumored to possibly come back into the WWE. You know, I'm thinking to take a lot of pins in that tag's women's division, which the women's division on Raw is basically the tag division now. And Perez Hilton, who remembers that name? He's considered one of the first influencers, right? Gay dude, usually fat. Back in the day, he was really fat.
He's fat!
Now he just has grandma arms. You know, he started clapping like this, and those arms could have powered a city with the wind that it generated. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. We got football on. What the heck? Yeah, we down with the Bills. Boo.
It's such good shit.
No, Dean Ambrose. Boo. But you know what? I hope they do win and then face my Patriots next week after we smack the Houston Texans around. And then we'll beat your ass again because you had to cheat that second game to win. So how about that for a hot NFL take? But hey, I'm a man of my word. When I stop caring about your product, I really don't give a shit. I'll watch the Patriots. I don't give a fuck about any of the playoffs. I don't care about the NBA. I don't care about the playoffs. People are still like, well, I watch the playoffs. Well, they try hard in the playoffs. Do they? Do they? It doesn't look like it to me. These guys aren't trying hard. They already got $100 million contracts. They're like, who gives a fuck? Anyway. So, yep. There's a few other things that happened on this TNA. We had Fandango. Remember Fandango? Apparently, he's retiring, and he's got a retirement match against Eddie Edwards next week on TNA Thursday night. That's a reason to watch. Very emotional. Good promo because it was real. Keep this shit as real as you can. Not like WWE, the way that they, they act like it's a reality TV and then it's like phony as fuck. Do it more like that. Fandango, very emotional. Eddie Edwards, also very emotional, but tried to stay in character, and it was all entertaining, like that whole segment. Because, they have a whole faction together, and after Fandango loses next week, he's going to bring in a new member to their faction that I don't even know the name of. Mm-hmm. But overall, is this a big swing and a miss, as Stuttering John would say? Swing and a miss. Because I thought TNA partnered up with WWE being on AMC now was going to be like, they were going to come out on fire. And they came out pretty cold. And I'm very afraid for them because I think next week the ratings are going to be even worse. I'm kind of surprised that the wrestling people didn't give it more of a chance to even show up to watch it because I heard the ratings weren't all that great with it. But then again, what are ratings? All this stuff these days. But, we got a bunch of other news. What do you want to do, guys? We can keep going, I guess. What time is it? 5:30. We just did 2.5 hours. Solo Stuttering John in your face. See? Told you I can still do it. We got Germans chanting All Elite Wrestling. At least it sounded like that. Hobbs possibly coming back to the WWE or coming to the WWE from AEW since he was just out of his contract recently. Remember Britt Baker? Remember her? We could talk about her. Braun Breaker suspended for touching Adam Pearce, but really, Paul Heyman's going to use his lawyer and advocate skills to make this about Pearce getting suspended. Annoying tag chicks that I made a promo edit about on the YouTube channel that you need to come watch. Follow, subscribe, hit all the buttons that are good, except for that dislike button, unless you're an AEW fan. The AEW fans love hitting the dislike button whenever I goof on them. But all you other normal people, come to the link tree, find all my other channels. I got another channel up right now on YouTube, posting just random gaming clips. Arc Raiders is the shit, man. And MLC, Kevin Brennan, you really, the more you bring Karmix and Scarlett and all these people that I'm bored by on, the more I play Arc Raiders and become a professional, expert gamer, better than Ninja. Take that, Ninja. Fan jumps barricade in Germany, gets wrestled out of there. Blake Monroe and Izzy Dame getting a Twitter feud, talking shit to each other. You probably don't even know who they are. Finn Balor, face turn. He's been yeeting. We're yeeting now.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
And then Gunther taps to AJ, but wins the fight. Cody supposedly has a character shift coming, which they've been talking about for months and months and months. Be on the lookout for another promo edit with Cody Rhodes, because, man, he gave a masterful shit promo last night, too.
It's the shits.
Thank you for that, Cody Rhodes. More air sucking. Gigi Dolan. This is a great story. Gigi Dolan hasn't been on Twitter because she took her account down after promoting an Israeli Wrestling Federation match that she was going to be doing. And then the fans all came for her. You know, they were all,
No yeet.
no yeet, how dare you, right? I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news, but
Yeet, 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 yeet.
that's all I got to say about that. Rikishi calls out the WWE for no comped tickets. You know, his daddy or his son is the Yeetmeister.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
Remember Rikishi with the big fat ass and would wear the thong and then put his butt cheeks, have people's faces go in between his monstrous butt cheeks?
Yeet, 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 yeet.
Mm-hmm. He wants comp tickets, WWE. He's a WWE legend. He's related to Jey Uso and he can't get free tickets?
No yeet.
Brutal. Finn Balor even brought this up. I'm sure many are upset by it. Hey, man, they're corporate AF nowadays, right? Get used to it, everybody. This ain't about you anymore. This is about selling to all the children and well-off families. So if you ain't got no money, if you're a dad making 60, 80K a year, you want to bring the family to WWE to watch a show? Good luck with that.
No yeet.
It ain't happening. All right? Buy all the games and t-shirts and shit instead. So that's all I got for you. We'll come back this week. I'll have all the guests on. I'm so sorry. It was just me today. So sorry. It was just me. We could keep going, but I'm not, because I want to go eat and I want to go take a piss and stuff too. And we'll watch more clips and all that stuff this week. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you're all hitting the like button right now. Come on. MLC gets, what, 30, 40 likes before the show even starts. You know? And then he sits there, he comes on there and he does this.
I've always liked Chad, dude. He's fucking comes out to the shows in Florida. I've worked with him before. Nice enough, dude. You know what I'm saying? But once again, dude, it becomes like, the headache is not worth it. The advice. Same thing with Chad. Like, dude, Chad.
See, KB's new to that. Us wrestling fans, we know about Stone Cold used to breathe into the mic better than anybody. So he probably learned that from Stone Cold, right, Stones?
Oh, a little bit.
You're not Stone Cold.
How are you making this your identity? You're a fucking funny comic. You've been doing this for a long time. Like, the people, they're short-sighted, dude, and they get a little bit of attention from this, and then they go, oh shit, I gotta fucking, this is the path. And you're like, dude, no.
Well, then have me on Legion of Skanks, Lewis. Have me back at fucking Skankfest. You had me the first 2 years. Why am I not invited anymore?
Because you don't have the stuff, bro. Okay? That's why. Most likely. Get it? It's like a chick that doesn't want to talk to you anymore. You get it?
Because they look down on this Dabbleverse shit, and I don't blame them. They're like, we don't need garbage at Skankfest. But yeah, I would love to leave this. This is my karma. This is where I'm at, the bottom of the barrel. See, I know you guys don't believe me, but all these comics, they all like me. They all respect me, all of them. And that doesn't go with the narrative, Carl's narrative, Melton's narrative. But I'll gladly leave all this. This is dumb. Have me on Legion of Skanks.
More lying. Have me on this, have me on that. This was just my gimmick a minute ago, Chad. But it wasn't because I was on shows and then I sucked and they didn't want me back. My problem is they won't have me on to begin with because I think I might be too awesome. You know, Mike the Miz style.
There, I'm asking. I used to hate asking. That's why I fizzled out in Hollywood. I hated asking for favors. I hated...
Do you think that's he doesn't mind calling all these guys in the middle of his show? You're right, Godfrey, and I know Jim Florentine. I shouldn't even know that he knows all these people, right? But he talks about them so much. I know that he's tied in with them, but it's almost like they give him like charity, you know? And that's not a good look either. I'm not looking for charity. I could give a fuck. Again, I've been disenfranchised. I've been doing everything by myself since birth, okay? Been raised by wolves out in the middle of the woods.
Can I do your show? I hated it. I hate it now. Send me a lifeline. Do what Shane Gillis is doing. Shane Gillis is having all his buddies that brought like Rich Voss, Soder, Big J open for him. Then he pays them handsomely. I would love that. I would love that. Why won't Marcelo Hernandez have me open for him?
No. The path is just going out and being hilarious, touring, getting fans, you know, just putting one foot in front of the other. And this is a quick way to get a few thousand people to like your shit. But that's really going to be it. You're not going to grow much out of it if it's your entire identity. I'm not even saying that you can't grow. Like, if sometimes you're chiming in on this stuff and you're like, I know Big J watches and once in a while he'll talk about it. And Big J's got an incredible career. If that was Big J's identity, he wouldn't be doing anything.
He looked crazy.
You know he would look like a lunatic.
This guy, yeah.
Especially if you're
unless you're Stuttering John, Shuley, Kevin Brennan, right? Are these guys scoffing it? What, like $600 to $1,000+ a night? Is this something to scoff at? Because why? Because Kevin Brennan doesn't do actual stand-up anymore. Some of these guys aren't actually like going out there. In Chad's case, I think he's having a rough time trying to get gigs and everything else too, which this would help with that, right? Like, everybody is just like out of their minds where they're trying to, it's all ego based. I'm not really a big ego guy like that. Like, it is what it is. Like, everything is what it is. You know, I have 350 something subscribers right now. It's the fucking shits. It is what it is.
It's the shits.
Right? But I've only been back for a year after taking 5 years off, which is basically starting over again from zero. That's what it is. All right. So I'm doing this. Chad's doing that. These guys are doing what they're doing, right? but there's levels, right? And we all see the levels, but you don't have to act like there aren't levels, okay? And sure, people on level 0 could be better than the people on level 10, right? But you just haven't been out there in front of the people enough and haven't been seen enough. And that's why you need other people to network with and connect with, because then some of their people might like you, some of your people might like them, blah, blah, blah. You work off that and all this stuff. You know, I've never cared about any of this. But I think that's the reason why I'm the inviter and not the invitee. But again, I'm not begging for shit. It's just like, hey, if you like to bounce off somebody and it makes it easier for you to do your show, who's better to do it with than me? I can do this by myself. I don't even need anybody else stuttering John, right? So that's my point. That's how I look at this. And that's why I consider certain people, even if they're more well-known than me, they're beneath me. And I know this. It's my truth. Right, stutterer?
That for like 20 years, and then you're like, well, now this is my identity. I'm like, you're essentially admitting
This is hurting.
that it didn't work out. You know, the A plan, no offense to Chad or to Kevin or to Gino or to any.
This hurts.
And some of these people are I consider Gino a friend. Gino helped me out a lot in my career very early on. But like, it's like you're kind of admitting that the A plan was never to be talking shit about Stuttering John on a live stream. That was when you started comedy. The first time you went to an open mic, you're like, dude.
All right, Lewis, calm down for a second. The again, when it comes to like with a Lewis, if you know about comedy, you know about generally a lot of these people. But I get that this is like podcast lower level, that we're not talking Kevin Hart, fucking Eddie Murphy and shit like that. But these guys are the guys that are grinding on the circuits and things like that. That's again, it's like professional wrestling back in the day. And there are struggles going on. And it's always funny to me, all right? No pun intended, that some comedians that are the complete shits get the good work, but it's because of their agents and their managers and their connections, and not. Again, it's about the networking. It's like you got to know people. You got to be in the clubs and the cliques and all this. And I'm very much like a lone wolf. I do not like really working with anybody in a way. I like my people, you know. I like the Sleaze. I like the jazz side. I like Danny. I like Reezy and the people I have on my show. I know what to expect. I know what they're about, and I know that they can do it, you know. But these guys, they're more trying to just connect with famous people, and that's cringy to me. That's why I don't try to do it. Again, in a way like where Chad's like, I don't like asking for stuff. I don't like asking for stuff either. But also, you got to have something to offer and something to deliver other than the Z-Man, right? Other than we're doing it, right? These are your hooks and your lines and things, and it's just, bro, I don't know. I'm not saying I've been on a stand-up comedian stage or anything, but it's just, yeah, what the fuck? You know what I mean, everybody? I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think you kind of grasp what I'm saying. Let's let him finish what he's saying, because it's really hurting Chad's feelings.
One day I could fucking just have 800 people watching me shit on fucking Stuttering John on a stream. That's insane. That's not the plan. The plan was to get fucking famous and tour and fucking
It didn't work out, Lewis. It didn't work out for me. Yes, the A plan fizzled away. Are you happy? I admitted it. The A plan didn't work out. Patton Oswalt ruined my life. He stuck it to me.
Patton Oswalt's fault.
I was going for it.
Fuck yeah.
I moved back out to Los Angeles. I was unpunched drunk. I was getting spots at the Hollywood Improv.
You know what? I don't even care anymore, to be honest. It's just I wanted to hear from Lewis there. Kind of like setting the record straight with certain things. It's because he's kind of involved in this now, and he's got the skanks and he's got the this and that. Again, this is inside baseball for a lot of people. Anyway, I'll be back Tuesday night. Again, I may even do some Monday night shows. I may do some Thursday night shows for TNA. We'll talk a little wrestling. We'll talk a little dabbling and everything else. I'm so appreciative, so humbled that people showed up in the chat, wanted to talk to me, like the show, even like a solo show. So that's cool. And go check me out on Arc Raiders. I'm going to be probably playing later tonight on Kick. I could be back on Twitch, but Twitch doesn't give me new people. They have their own people. And I'm an affiliate there. People actually give me money through Twitch, but they don't really send any people my way. So they're only sending people my way through Kick on Arc Raiders. So let's go shoot the shit there later. Also, check out the link tree once again. Triple H wants you to do it. I'm all over the place. I've been posting on all social medias, hooking up with everybody. I'm being very social. That's what we need to do now, right? You can't just create stuff and have people interact with it. I have to get into your life. I'm in your life now. So if you want me in your life even more, get in my life over here. And I think that pretty much does it. We said it all. We did it all. We're killing it. We're doing it. Follow here on YouTube. We have Dr. Huge 9, the other YouTube channel. That's a way you can find it easily. DrHUGE 9. Hit the buttons. Go over there. Come here. Do this. Do that. Hit the buttons, right? Let's fucking go. We're killing it, Paladin. We're doing it. Right? Chad Zumach, we're doing it. Anyway, we had a heck of a one today. Thanks to you guys in the chat. Thanks to everybody listening and watching in the future. Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, on YouTube here. Hit the buttons. We'll talk to you very shortly and soon. Have a great rest of your evening. Go anybody but the Bills. Bye-bye.